What is up, you guys? So I'm sorry, I know it's been like 3 weeks since I last posted, but we're here at Alfred's house. There he is, and we're doing brakes on the E46. We're gonna remove the stock ones. The reason I want to do my brakes now is because I kind of want to take this car out to an autocross event. Now I know it's not going to be the fastest car out there, but it's not going to be the slowest. It does have a tune, it does have some performance mods, so I want to see how well it does right on the autocross. I know this is a drift build, but it is going to be interesting to see what these coilovers can do when it comes to the track. So here are the brakes. These are the rear, these are the fronts. You don't want to get completely drilled because they do crack under a lot of heat. I think I paid about 200 bucks for these. They're not that expensive, but they're definitely going to be much better than the stock ones. And they're going to help me see what the car is capable now with all the mods I've done to it, the suspension, the engine tuning, like all that stuff. We're going to see how the car basically does fairly stock, not boosted or V8 swapped yet. So I think it's gonna do pretty well at the autocross, and then I have a welded diff ready to go, and we can take it to a drift track and do a solo run. Okay, so back here you're gonna remove these two little clip tabs right off of this and one on the bottom. Once you remove that, it's gonna reveal a 6, I believe, millimeter, what is this, a torque set? Yeah. And you will unscrew those two, then this caliper will fall back. And for these two ones, you're going to remove the nuts that are holding them right there. And those, I believe, are a 13. So you remove those first, and then you go and remove the bigger nuts. Once you have all that off, this thing will just come off. And then you will remove this one Torx nut, and this whole rotor will come right off. Okay, so we have those two bolts off. Then we remove this bracket right here, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. But once that is off, you can basically just wiggle this piece out. There we go. Just like so. And yeah, my brakes actually aren't that bad. But the rotors are warped. They definitely need to be changed. The pads ain't too bad, but we're going to replace them as well. But there's just a lot of gunk and debris on them. Okay, once you have this bracket off, you want to clean these spots right here. Those are the spots where these pads basically move. And if they're rough, then as you can see, it's not even gliding. Plus, it won't let it glide, and it'll make a lot of noise if you don't clean it up. It could squeal. All right, there we go. So we have the passenger side done. Oh, it looks so good. I honestly should have spray painted the calipers today too, but it's really cold. It would have taken at least like 4 hours to dry. So we'll do that another day. We're gonna probably paint them light blue or like a turquoise color. We're actually gonna be putting tire ladders on these wheels. It's gonna look so sick. It's definitely something that's missing on the exterior. Once that's done, we're gonna get to the grille, the diffuser, the front lip, and then we can finally, hopefully, we'll have an engine by then. Because we've been looking for an engine and it's impossible. All the drift boys, they're buying freaking LSs left and right, and I want an LS in this thing. Even though I'll drift this for a little bit, this is going to be mainly converted to a track car. I didn't want to drift this thing, but it's so damn clean that I'd rather just track it, honestly. Even drag it maybe once in a while with that V8, but yeah. So we're going to get to the driver's side, and then hopefully we have time to do the brakes in the rear. If we don't, it'll be part 2. Okay, so we have this side on with the wheel and the tire letters test fitted, but these letters are way too big for my sidewall. I don't know if you guys can see, but they're not sticking too well, so I'll be taking them off. I don't like, as you can see right here, it's gonna get peeled off the first second I drive out of here. The speed went on good, but the Hunter was kind of butt. And but it's for the brakes. This video is about the brakes, and they look awesome. But definitely with this tire letters right now, everything's just looking so sick. Like, look at that. Oof, definitely what it missed. I'll be ordering a 1-inch. These are 1 1/4. Definitely too big for my sidewall, so I'll be messing around with that later. Okay, so this is the driver's side. I'm not really showing you step by step because it's exactly identical to the passenger side. The rear is a little bit different, so I'll show you that, but pretty much take it off, clean all the excess rust right here before you start putting everything back on. And that's about it. So same as the other side. All right, so the front and the rear are basically the same, except This strut is right in the way of the bolt, so you want to use something really short like this so you could get back there and break them loose. If not, then use a wrench. Mine's rusted like crazy, but with a little force I was able to break them through. Now I can't get the Allen wrenches up on the actual caliper itself, so I have to take it with the bracket. So it's better to remove it with the bracket and then remove it separate. Unless you have the proper tools like a small Allen wrench that can get in there, I recommend just removing this whole thing. And yes, mine's extremely shot. We need that big brake kit soon. Okay, so we got this side on. Oh, it looks so much better. I do have to get a big brake kit for this, but with the tire letters as well. Good Lord. Right now it's probably looking a little bit dim because it's kind of gloomy outside, so I don't know if the camera's picking it up in all its glory, but once we're done here, we're going to go for quick rollers and see how these tire letters look. I'm pretty sure the first few feet when we're trying to angle it out of here, since I rub in the front, that whole thing is getting ripped out. Bet you 100%. There you have it. So it has the tire letters on as well. The brakes look so good. Pulling it out just a few feet, they feel so grippy. Definitely needed them ASAP. I don't know why I waited so long, but super happy that we finally got them done. Like I said, it's been horrible, raining or too hot, and today was perfect and he was free finally. So we were able to do it. I love the tire letters. I don't know about you guys, let me know in the comments below, but these tire letters are so sick. I definitely have to redo them because, like I mentioned before, they're too big for the sidewall, so they're peeling in some spots, like right here, as you can see, but the rest are fine. But good Lord, that looks so good with tire letters. Damn. So there you guys have it. It's pretty simple to do your brakes. It took us about 3 hours. It would have been less, but I was putting tire letters, so I had to sand the wheels, clean the wheels, and then put the tire letters on, wait for it to dry, then put them on. So it would have been a little bit faster. It wasn't too bad. I was expecting it to be worse because the bolts were rusted, but it wasn't too bad. I'm really happy with it. It looks so sick. I'm so happy with it. Now we're just going to do some drive-bys for you guys so you can see how the wheels look. So this is going to be my initial review of the brakes. They're worn in already, so they feel really good. I'm very surprised for, I believe, a little bit under $200 to have new rotors and basically brake pads. I will be changing the brake pads for like Stop Tech or something a little bit better, but these that came with the rotors themselves, they feel phenomenal. So much better than the stock. It's much more grippier. There's great bite to them. Definitely something I needed, and there's an autocross event coming up that I was invited to, which I'm probably going to try to make it out to. But like I said, I won't be the fastest car there, but I also probably won't be the slowest, since we have a good amount of stuff on the car and it handles phenomenally, so I'll corner really good in this. But yeah, like I said before, this was a pretty easy job. My calipers were pretty much shot, rusted like crazy. and we were still able to do everything by hand. We really didn't need to break anything loose that was crazy. I will be getting a big brake kit later on. It's just I wanted some brakes now because I do like to drive this car as is before I do the swap, so I don't want it to sit, and I don't really feel comfortable driving with really crappy brakes. But now since we got that done, it feels great. I'll be taking it out to more shows, and now I can focus a little bit more on more cosmetic stuff before I put the V8 in. So there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been like 3 weeks since I last posted, but it is what it is. I try to post a bit more frequently with more parts coming in. So thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace out.